Alright, y'all. Alright. And we are live. Oh, shoot. I got the hiccups. I might do another push. Where I push Hades to tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'm not entirely sure about that. I will have a couple days off next week. Let's see, what days is that? What the heck? Okay, alright. Thursday and Friday, I believe. So I need to double check probably on Wednesday what time the flights are. And then based on that, I might have time on Thursday or Friday, either in the morning or when I get back from my flight, to stream Hades, as well as Elden Ring. Whatever day that is, I need to double check and make sure when I am back. I don't fathom or anticipate streaming Wednesday night. Wait, sorry, Thursday night. Wednesday night I will. Thursday night I won't. That's because I'll be in a different state. I'll be in California, and I'm probably not going to bring my laptop. So, thank you for watching. Welcome to another episode of Storm Show. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's dive into the action. Let's see if it's gonna connect. I'm not sure how much time today's episode will be, or how much ground we'll cover, but I'll shoot to have another couple hour episode. It's gonna put us right about 10 o'clock. I'm also watching La La Land. I'm finding it hard to like pay attention in certain movies. La La Land is one of those. I don't know why it is. It's a musical, so you would think it's more, you know, engaging, but even still, I'm having a hard time like tracking like what's happening in the story. You know, like who is Ryan Gosling? What's his relationship to the other characters? I've had to restart it once. I might have to restart it again, especially if I'm like not able to connect the dots, because I've heard good things about La La Land, and I'd like to do a TikTok review for the movie. It's been a while since I've had a TikTok review, even though I've seen several movies. I just haven't been reviewing them all. Like let's see. I'm trying to remember. Turning Red, we did. The billionaire heist movie we did. I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember. All I remember is that there was a bunch of rich people.
I see.
Alright, we're gonna tune Olga, as promised. I believe she is superior in every way to the other Ashes. Alright, here she is, plus 10. I don't think we'll be able to plus 10 anyone else. We would have been able to plus 10 Amon, but I just don't think he's survivable enough to plus 10, frankly. We might even want to run her instead of the Mimic. It is true that the Mimic did help us get Moog down. We should not forget that. The tides might be turning, so to speak. Don't I have another? Oh yeah, I do. Dragon Crest Shield Talisman, +2. And I was wondering about this. I'm like, is Vastly better than Enormously? Like, which of these is better to use, you know? The problem with these tooltips is they don't exactly tell you how much damage is negated. They don't quantify it. The only thing that is quantified is the weight. So it's It's somewhat ambiguous. It's like, is enormous more than vastly? I actually don't know. I think I actually need to look it up. Let's actually do that right now. Let's see, Dragon, Crest, Shield, Talisman +2. There might also be a Dragon Crest, Great Shield +2. I don't know that there is though. It's uncertain. What does the guide say? Dragon Crest Great Shield is 5%, I believe. Does anyone know what the percentage is? 20%, someone's saying. Wait, this person's saying the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman is better than the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +2. Because the Dragon Crest Great Shield gives 20%. 17 for the Shield +2, this person's saying. Okay, so based on this, I should just keep using the Dragon Crest Great Shield. Because it's more. And they don't stack. What I might want to start looking for is the Erdtree Favor +2. Alright, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Where is it? Ashen Capital? I believe it's in the Ashen Capital, the +2. Yeah, I just don't want to miss things. Kukris. Are we even gonna need them? Like, we very seldom use the Kukris. Like, very, very rarely do we use them. Man, Mausoleums is somewhat interchangeable. I think I should switch this out for Oga, I believe. Because we just never use it. The situations where we would need to use the Kukri, we could use Oga. And we always have the option of like swapping out the lantern for Kukris as well. Okay, I think we're good. That could explain something about why we don't have stamina regen in the last episode. We have 21k. We got some Mulaney's armor. It's not a super duper cool looking armor, so that is a shame. Where to next? Ashen Capital? Yeah, I guess so. Where do we enter at? The capital of Ash, I guess. First time playing, so you know, some of this stuff we're just gonna have to figure out as we go. Okay, it has been reduced to ash following our burning of the Erdtree, which occurred in turn after defeating the fire giant, if I remember correctly. Behold, the Erdtree yet stands, tall and unwavering, mindless of the scorch of the flame of ruin. Ha 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 ha. Then we are yet the golden ones. Yeah, it was quite big. Wow, you can't use the steed here. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, let's try Olga at +10. I think she's gonna be pretty powerful. Like, she's pretty resilient from what I saw. She's got probably the best range of any Ash that I have. She can do melee. She's like a version of Kristoff with worse tankiness, but better range. I think that's the trade-off. which is exactly the niche I need to fill on Steam. There's an ash down here. I don't know if I found it already. I did. I believe that could have been the one I already found. Dude, I don't know where anything is anymore. Played volleyball. I'm still trying to improve my social skills. Like, and it's kind of funny because it's like, I think I'm better at talking to men than women. Which is a big downside. I think it's perhaps because it's more relatable. There isn't that like tension there, you know. But it's a downside, of course, because I'm not gay. So, you know, it's easier for me to make male friends and get to know men. But I really want to improve that skill with women because it would benefit me, my personal life, if I was able to do so. I could always use more female friends, and I can always use more female lovers, and they are related. As everyone keeps telling me. A new touch of grace was found. I believe there are 1 or 2 ashes here. And we're not really missing a whole lot of stuff. I could upgrade the Star Scourge. I'm still not sure that I should. I don't know that it will be necessary. I've already got grafted in ruins, and the grafted, the Star Scourge would give us another option. I just don't know how the damage compares to others. I can actually figure that out real quick. That shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Star Scourge, Greatsword. This is routinely listed as one of the best strength sword weapons. It is worse than the Prelate, I believe, and the Giant Crusher. But I'm a sword guy, so you know. Star Scourge is, I think, a good option. Plus 10, it's 316 and 203. Which is 519. Is that right? 519. 519, and then let's check out grafted. Because grafted is what it would replace, practically speaking. Let's see, 519. Aha. It's telling me grafted is plus 400. So 100 more damage for Star Scourge. It's actually really good to know. What did I just find? I just found a touch of grace. Kind of annoying. It's fine. I'll just teleport to the next one. I believe we are facing off against Gideon. Yes, spoilers, spoilers. I found out about it by perusing the armor sets that were available. I'm like, oh, there's a set of the All-Knowing. So I kind of spoiled it for myself that he would be a boss. I haven't faced him yet in the game, so it says not available, but his helmet might be a good one to try. Especially because he could help me roleplay as like a Nazgul. I heard George R.R. Martin actually worked together with the development team for this game. And I could see a lot of the references and influences, like this grab-to-blade greatsword, Game of Thrones. And I believe there are other references as well to Lord of the Rings in the game, other than the Nazgul. Where is this? Capital Rampart. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade the Star Scourge Greatsword then. I wasn't actually aware that it did so much damage. Kind of a shame, really, because we didn't really ever use the Grafted Blade's ability. And I think the Grafted Blade's ability is pretty darn good. I think it actually buffs your stats. Which is, it's a bit lamentable that we didn't get more value out of that while we were using it. To be honest, I just forgot about it, man. Like, it gets overshadowed so much by the Ruins Greatsword, you know, that big lightning strike, that you completely forget all about the Grafted Blade's Greatsword special. Because of how dominant this thing is. Alright. Star Scourge. Smithing Stone 1, at least, we need. And I do think the Grafted Blade Greatsword looks cooler than the Star Scourge. In my opinion. I just like the look of all the different swords jutting out of it. Let's see, we need Sombers, right? I believe so. We need one of these. Wait, how? I don't know. I'll have to see what's all required. I think it's just one you need to upgrade for the unique weapons. I believe. I still believe. Dun, 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 dun. I miss hearing that song. It's a good, like, good song to listen to when you want to, like, get pumped. I still believe from what's it called, the vampire movie. I can't remember. Oh gosh. Come on, dude. The Lost Boys. Like, I could not think of that for the life of me. I still believe Lost Boys. Yes, she's Foxy. Okay, where were we? She is not the one I need to speak to. We might be able to upgrade another Ash. Stormhawk Dean, I think, would have been the one. This is good for a Scarlet Rot build. Scorpion Stinger. So interesting. Does it say whose weapon it is? No, it doesn't. Coated Sword. I believe this one is also good for strength. The Ordovis's Greatsword requires somber smithing stones. Ordovis's Vortex. Maybe I should have tried it out more. Let's see how the two compare in damage real quick. Which we can actually do. It won't exactly line up unless they scale similarly. Whichever one has better strength scaling is going to naturally do more damage. 262 for a fully upgraded Ordovis. So I don't think that's going to compare to the Star Scourge. At least not based on what I'm seeing in the game. Okay, we're stuck. We need rooms. Lord's Rune. 50k, wow. Now. Let's see. Swords, weapons. weapons, swords and weapons. Oh wow, we have 4 Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones. So we could upgrade 3 more boss weapons. Like we could upgrade Rivers of Blood for that matter. That is good to know. I did not know we had so many of those. Wish I would have known that. So now when I look at Star Scourge, it should be better damage. At least in theory. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay, so it's 396 plus 385. Let's crunch the numbers. I really hope it's not the case that Grafted is more damage, because otherwise I just wasted all of these. I was working under the presumption that it did more damage. 396. Again, it might be the case that Grafted Blade does more damage because of the scaling. 781. And now if we go over to Star Scourge, 316. $813. $813, and what was this one again? $781. So not as distant as we were thinking. Not as big of a damage increase as we were thinking, but you know, and plus this thing can suck people in. Can suck people in like a good book. And plus we have 3 swords. How cool is that? We have 3 swords. And when we switch over to the other one, it gives us another weapon. It gives us 2 weapons, even when we're, you know, two-handing the Star Scourge. It still gives you 2 swords. Can I use heavier gloves? Yeah, you could use Beast Champions actually. There's actually a lot of gloves you could use. Radons, I think, are the heaviest. Okay. They're the best. They're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring us down. They're the best around. I think we got extra wiggle room because of these swords. Star Scourge Greatsword is lighter, I believe, than the Grafted Blade. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, let's just go back to the Capital Ash. I know we already went to the other way, but we want to fully explore this region. And it's slightly difficult because of the size of the area. So now every single time I attack with the Star Scourge, it should do magic damage as well. And then the ruins should, you know, just do what it normally does. See, even when I'm two-handing it, it's 2 swords. And see, that's ruins right there. Is two-handed. It actually is two-handed. And both my swords go behind. I love that. I am the king of 3 swords. They call me 3-Sword Charlie. On the count of these 3 ching-ching swords. Slick reference on that one. I don't know who was able to catch it. Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. They call me Kid Nichols. On the count of these 2 nickels. Such a cool character, Kid Nichols. I wish they had more like wacky characters like that in cartoons. Like Hercule and Dragon Ball Z. Although Hercule is very different from Kid Nichols. Kid Nichols was more of like a tough kid kind of deal. And okay, do we gotta take you on or what? It's a Blackblade Kindred down there. There's a lot of guys and not a lot of items. The entire city is like transformed as a result of the ash. Okay. It's like this entire area is just begging me to miss something, right? It's just begging me to miss something because it's just so big. I guess, should we jump down? Normally I refrain from jumping down until I fully explore an area, a level. The reason for that is because it's harder to backtrack sometimes. Like if I jump down right here, I miss something up here, I have to like backtrack back to this area to get up here where this guy is. Let's test out the damage. Seems good. Seems good. And then, yeah, if I switch off to the Star Scourge and then hit the left trigger, it'll suck them in. I don't need to necessarily do that on these enemies because they're so weak. But if you had like a bunch of enemies, it's pretty good. And I think it actually complements the ruins actually quite well because it can suck stuff in. You can backstep, and then follow it up with a lightning attack and nail like 10 guys at once, you know? Like, the Star Scourge sucks them in, and then the ruins, you know, blast them, like. There's there is an item down there. It's just not abundantly clear how to get down there without dying. I can see a blood mark here. Precious item ahead, okay. I might be able to go around and down. There is, of course, a Kindred down there. I'm probably going to need to fight him. There is no torrent access here. I still want to try a Oga. Is there still not? Wow. I accidentally bought... I bought some shoes on Amazon again to replace the ones that I currently have that are... Speaking of which, I need to take a look at that. Let me be right back, guys. Alright, stand by. Getting a refill and then take care of my shoes because I'm washing the old pair. wash. I'm gonna dry them by the fireplace, and hopefully they'll be looking like brand new, the old pair. But yeah, I bought some replacement shoes as I was saying, and one of the pairs I got was the size down from what I usually have, so I think I got it on accident. I absolutely hate that. I hate ordering things incorrectly or accidentally, you know? Like I accidentally ordered the wrong size. It's so annoying. I don't even know how that happened, because Amazon has a very convenient system where if you're on an item that you bought on the website previously, it'll ask you if you want to buy it again. And I could have swore I did that, because when you hit buy it again, it gets the exact same thing, same size, same specifications. And it worked perfectly on the professional pair I got, but on the, again, the casual pair that I usually wear, the tennis shoes, they're sized down. I think it might be safer to fall here. I just know that as soon as I fall, I'm gonna die. It's all but guaranteed. Are those from people falling? Trying to get down there for those items? Wow, I survived. Okay, nice. The cat talisman strikes. It was finally effective. Like, so many times in this playthrough I've equipped that cat talisman and tried jumping down only to like die when I hit the bottom. I'm like, what's the point of the cat talisman if you can't survive falls? But it did work in this case, so that was nice. Is that big Coliseum going to be available now? I could have sworn that it's, Alright, let's try lighting him. Okay, watch out, it's spraying. I thought that Coliseum might have been for like multiplayer like the other Coliseum, but I'm not too sure about that. It might be open now, and it might actually be a boss fight. Okay, watch out, poison still spewing from it. And I'm not ranged! Again, I'm not ranged! It's fine, this I could dodge all day. Gotta wait for him to finish. Are you kidding? Brandis powder. That is not what we were looking for. Okay, I keep looking down there to see if maybe there is something hidden, you know? Because we know how much the FromSoft developers love hiding stuff. Smithing Stone 6. Interesting. Should I switch off my talisman now? I think it's safe to do so. Still missing a few different talismans. I'm missing the Golden Scarab for sure. This could be an interesting one to do. Restore HP. But the Golden Scarab increases rune discovery, which is obviously very important earlier on in the game. The earlier on that you can get that, I feel like it can dramatically change your entire playthrough. You know, like, you make it easier to level, for one. I've been using this one, raising stamina recovery speed, because I rely on stamina constantly in combat. Blocking takes stamina. Dodging, rolling takes stamina. Attacking takes stamina. And if you're out of stamina and you get hit, you get like staggered, which is like never great. You're like wide open to an attack. In NPC
Like, if you get invaded and that happens, you can get, like, what's it called? Riposted. Which is pretty bad. Bosses, if that happens to you, can, like, knock you down. Which is what we sometimes do when enemies get staggered. I just have this creeping suspicion that there are items here and we're just not finding them. And part of the reason I'm being so meticulous about exploring this is because I'm concerned about missing items. See, like, it seems kind of strange for Dark Souls or Elden Ring to not have more items. There is room 4, okay. Okay, there's still a kindred over there somewhere as well. I just want to meet my mates. It's exhausting, like, trying to meet people, like, it really is. I've always been a very introverted person, and it's exhausting continuously going out trying to meet people, like going to the grocery store trying to meet people, going to meetups, volleyball, for the purpose of meeting somebody. You know, it's tiresome. It's exhausting. I'd rather play to have fun. But if I had, again, a mate, a girlfriend, a wife, fiancé, I wouldn't have to worry about meeting people there. I could just play the game and have fun, you know? It'd be that much easier to have fun because I wouldn't be worrying about, like, oh, is she here, you know? Should I be talking to her? Full-on Phantom of the Opera status. Can it be Christine? Can it be Christine? I'm pretty sure there's nothing else here to find. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that, but it is what it is. Okay, here's an item. Golden sunflower. I believe there is actually a sunflower set that we need to find. I don't know where it is. I hope that we don't miss it. That's not an item. It's nothing at all. I believe it's like Solaire. That sunflower. It'd be good to get. It's a different helmet too. I believe there's an entire set based around that called the Gold Mask set. We just haven't located it yet. Let's actually look it up while we're wandering this wasteland. We might have like totally scuffed this quest line, by the way. Brother Corin. I think we like totally scuffed it by not doing it. Do I have to complete the quest line to get the set? That is the million-dollar question. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like royally screwed this up. He relocates to the Colosseum, so he was the person that was inside the Colosseum. Maybe we couldn't get inside of there. Actually confused. Like, I don't know where he is. He's one of the many NPCs that was just completely lost. Like, where is he now? We can figure this out. It's like to the east of the shaded. Found around the Great Bridge. Again, like, this is exactly what I was concerned about. Scuffing a questline, because it's so easy to do in this game. Like, Millicent's questline, like, if we didn't go back and do that questline, that's another one of those things where we could have beaten the entire game and not done the questline. Because the NPC itself, the entire questline is purely optional and completely missable. Like, we didn't even find the Church of Plague until going back for the Sacred Tears. That was the only reason that we went back there. Because if it weren't for that, we totally could have progressed through the game, kept going through Ashen Capital, and never even interacted with the Millicent NPC. And I feel like that is a characteristic that's been common to all the Dark Souls games from Dark Souls 1. Because Siegmeyer's questline, Solaire's questline, they all had like little things that you had to do at certain points of the game to progress the questline, and if you didn't do them, you could like straight up fail the quest. Like, if you don't do certain actions, Solaire goes crazy and attacks you in the game. For example. And that, do we get back to the starting point? Yeah, I believe we got back to the starting point. Okay. Alright, let's try to find what we were missing. I believe he's here. What's the fastest way here? Windmill Village? I believe. I don't know how we missed this. I really don't know. I think that, kind of like talking more about what I was referring to before about meeting somebody, I think that's the reason why a lot of people get married. Because they just don't want to stay single. I feel like a lot of those relationships do end in divorce because people change, expectations change, and people just themselves change. But I do empathize with that completely, about like wanting to meet someone so you're not alone. Because it simplifies so much of life. Like, nowadays I'm looking at, you know, couples with look of like sorrow, you know. Like, I've never had that. It would be nice to have that. And if I had someone of my own, again, I wouldn't have to worry about meeting anybody. I wouldn't have to worry about any of that stuff. This is Dragonland, Greece. Is he down below? Did he relocate? He might have relocated. Might have relocated over here. I don't actually know how to get back there. I think we should just check out the Coliseum and just see what's inside now. Yeah, this is not the kind of game that gives you hints and clues as well. Like Blade's questline is another questline I think we completely scuffed. Because we didn't go to where he was at the correct time, and he either moves on or changes his location. But yeah, he straight up went MIA. Like, the next time we found him was at the end of Ronnie's questline. Which just goes to show, if you're not following the wiki or guide, you can and will miss stuff. One of my friends used to criticize me for using the strategy guides. He's like, man, you're missing out on the ability to play the game and find things for yourself. In this game, like, you cannot do that. You will straight up miss entire sections of the game by doing that. You will miss entire quest lines, entire zones, bosses, items. You name it, you will miss it by not referring to a wiki or guide because of the ambiguous nature of this game's open world. There's so much to do, so much to see, that while you're looking at doing something else is going on in the background. Which is another concern I have about my single life. Like that Drake song sings, I should be bending over backwards for someone else. Am I missing out on something important by lack of opportunity or what have you? If I was seeing someone, it's like I could trust them, rely on them, you know? Stay with me, be my companion. And yeah, there are songs about that as well. Loyal, Chris Brown, for example. But, yeah, the way I see it, something's better than nothing. And right now I got nothing. I'm just trying to get around. All these bridges are broken and stuff is falling apart. We have no torrent, which is making it harder to advance. Torrent would be great here because he's just so good at moving. And like, that's one of the best things about Torrent is he covers a lot of ground fast. Here, there's a lot of ground to cover. There's an area over here, for example, trying to get up it. I don't know. I think I should not worry too much about the quest lines. My main objective is to finish the game at this point. Getting as many of the bosses and items that we're missing as possible. It's not going to be 100% playthrough, I could already tell you that. Particularly because of the quest lines I was referring to. I can take fall damage from this. Okay, yeah, he is attacking. You can like see us. I'm afraid of taking fall damage. Dang, look at all the people he's killed. How dare you, monster. Am I gonna take fall damage? Gotta stay on my toes. Not bad, just stay on your toes. Ow, getting hit, even though he's not hitting me. What's the deal with that? Ow. not timing it right or something. I got locked in the punch there. I'm able to not attack. People did damage. Let's use a rune arc right now. Down to 8 crimsons. Yeah, we for the record, we did not die. We were not among these blood spots. Trying to weapon art. And how'd you die? Like a lot of people died to this guy. Hey, just couldn't time your rolls, sissy. That happens a lot. It happened to us. I gotta be right back, guys. Stand by. and I'm back. Let me stay on top of the time.
I predict almost 9 o'clock. I think I'll wrap up at 9:30 today. I think I'm gonna push Hades to tomorrow, and if I don't get around to it tomorrow, I'll schedule it for Wednesday or Thursday. Whenever I get back. I literally the entire day, Thursday and Friday, off. I practically speaking have a 4-day weekend. But most of it will be spent traveling between here and California. So I'll have to try to budget my time again. I'll take a look on Wednesday again to see what my flights are, and based on that, I'll pick and choose my streaming schedule. I would say predict and plan for Thursday night. I don't think hardly anyone tunes in live to these shows. I just have like no. It's routinely telling me I have no viewers. So I mean I could just be like speaking into the void right now, or you know whatever it's called. Talking to myself. But if you would like to watch live, for anyone who might catch the VOD of this stream, plan for Thursday evening. I'd say probably gonna be Thursday once I get once I get back from my flight. I'll probably have an hour-long Hades stream as well. I'm hoping that my flight is pretty early in the day, because if I get back early, it'll be that much easier for me to double up on Hades and Elden Ring. Some of the signs are disappearing. There were a bunch of blood spots over here. Like, a lot of people died to this thing. And it wasn't that hard for us. We kept pressure on him. I think that was the key, and us kind of being strong was also the key. Like, we were... Whoa, another Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. That means there's 5 weapons that we could boost. Because, yeah, we had 4 others. Dang, dude. Are there any other cool boss weapons we might want to upgrade? I think the Axe of Godfrey is one we might want to try. I believe we actually do have it as well. Requires 22 dex, however. But look at how light it is. It's not colossal, it only takes 11 weight. I'd say the Axe of Godric is probably what I would upgrade. What's my dex at? 17. X. Do I have any equipment that boosts dex? Any like helmets, for example? Let's see actually. Take a look at that. We have so many items. I think at least one will increase dexterity. What does it have to be at? Like 22 or something? Yeah, I think 22. We have stuff that increases strength, we have stuff that increases mind. Okay, the Okina mask. The Okina mask, we only need 2. And we could... Yeah, maybe I'll put 2 points into dex. Does anything else give dex while we're looking? Okina gives us 3. We could also look at talismans as well. Is there a talisman that gives dex? Yep. Prosthesis wear heirloom. Though born into the accursed grot, when the young girl encountered her mentor and his flowing blade, she gained wings of unparalleled strength. What would we swap for that, however? We might be able to afford swapping out one of these equipment arsenals. Or Green Turtle. Green Turtle's another alternative. We just have to make so many adjustments to accommodate the Axe of Godric. I don't know if it's worth it. You know, so many changes. The plus side is that our offhand is going to scale from Dex anyway. It'll either be Star Scourge or Grafted Blade, or Star Scourge, Grafted Blade, or Axe of Godric, all of which scale with dexterity. So yeah, we'd have to see about that. I'm still wondering if I'm going to get another cool, like Rivers of Blood style weapon that's good for strength. Like the Prelate could be a good example of that. Prelate we could use already. I think I would much rather upgrade the Prelates as opposed to the or even the Giant Crusher for that matter, as opposed to the Axe of Godric, in spite of the fact that the Axe of Godric is quite light. We just need to make so many changes that accommodate it. I don't really know. Huge head of one of the giant ants which inhabit 2 underground rivers, used without modification as a shield. Excels at repelling enemy attacks. Giant ants are venomous creatures, gaining a boost to immunity when wielding the shield. But how are the stats? Actually not bad. Wow. Quite good. Yeah, actually, it might be a good alternative to the Fingerprint Stone if you're looking for something a little bit lighter. Wait, what is this? Causes madness buildup? What? How long has that been the case? I haven't noticed anything. And this one causes poison buildup. Maybe that's when they're hitting it. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's when they're hitting it. But yeah, the Amp Skull Plate is pretty light. Like it's comparable to something like the Erdtree Great Shield. I think Fingerprint Stone is probably better for a build, but it is so stinking heavy. Alright, let's see, where were we? Haha, where are we? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that we might get a badass greatsword from like Godfrey, and that's what we would want to use the smithing stone on. Okay, we already fought you guys. I think I should keep exploring down there. Wait a second, is this the way up there? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Let me keep exploring the bottom, and then since I know that there's a way up, I can go up when I'm ready and see what's in that Coliseum. Kind of nuts how big this capital is. Even before the ashes fell, it was pretty big. Yeah, I remember saying that a few times, like, dude, this place is massive. So easy to miss stuff. The original version, as well as this version, like both versions are pretty big. If I had a girlfriend or wife, I can eliminate the belief that I have that I'm missing out. Because as a single guy, it always feels like I'm missing out, you know? Like there's so much of life that I'm not experiencing. Like I'm not a father, I'm not
don't have companionship. Sometimes those deficiencies really weigh down on me. Like, sometimes I do feel lonely. I do get lonesome. And I can try calling and texting people and they don't return my calls and texts. It's just very frustrating. Girl today, I met her a couple weeks back at the arcade. She's one of these girls that, you know, return my messages. It's so strange. She was with her friend and I say, hey, do you guys remember me? And her friend says, yeah. Shakes my hand, very friendly, but I go to her and she's like staring at her shoes as I'm shaking her hand. You're kidding not, like, you don't have to be the most well-behaved person, but if someone is introducing themselves to you or reintroducing themselves to you, it's right and proper to make eye contact. She didn't even necessarily have to make eye contact with me because I was wearing glasses at the time. But even if she was looking at my glasses, it would have been more respectful, I think, than what she actually did, which is avert her eyes. I suspect that it's because she knew she basically treated me badly. I'm not returning my messages. And the answer is don't be a jerk in the first place, right? Just civil. And I was still trying to be friendly with her today in spite of the fact that she treated me badly. I think speaks volumes to my own character. Like, it takes a good person to turn the other cheek. Gesturing required. What gesture do I need to make? Coliseum is still closed. Let's look it up. I honestly don't know where to go. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they don't know how to open it. I really don't know. I do believe it was tied to the Gold Mask quest line, which totally messed up. Let's see, can I try finding my way back to where the bosses were? I believe the bosses were over here. Endale Catacombs. I believe some of this stuff got erased and removed. These branches get erased? There were branches here leading to there. It's kind of weird, actually. It looks like... Where do I go now? We've seen that already. This I don't think we've seen. And the entire place is just so freaking big that you can get lost quite easily. Just trying to find your way from A to B. Okay. Points in strength will increase my ruins damage more than points in dex will. because it is S scaling in strength. So any point I put in strength is going to pretty significantly boost my damage. This is all new. Summoning pool is now functional. There may be a boss up here. Take Marika, which heavily implies there's a boss around here. I wonder if it's gonna promptly start us with the boss fight. Maybe I should try Olga. Starters.
Ah, I knew you'd come. To stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord.
Is it Gideon?
What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Mary has now held for us. Continue to struggle unto eternity.
And Olga didn't even let him finish. She's like, you know what? Okay, yeah, this guy's done for. Olga's pretty resilient. She's very suspected. Ow. Got a lot of incantations. Okay, we'll open the button. He's attacking me quite a lot. I hate that so much. Ow, it hits me. Get away. Ow. Yeah, he does a lot of damage. Dude, why did you switch sides?
Not even you.
Gideon?
A man.
Like, he was all on my side until I burned the Erd Tree. And then he's like, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. We got a cool armor set. Yeah, my bad on summoning Olga. I did not know she was going to open up on him right away. Let's see, did we miss anything? He was like dropping some mad lore before we engaged him. Yeah, he's not optional, so that tells me we're doing the right thing. He pretty much does all the above. Like, he had like every incantation. I guess he really is all-knowing. Like, he was attacking us with Rykard. Okay, so you need to complete Crumbling for Missoula in order to burn the Erd Tree and switch to the Ashen Capital. Not the Fire Giant, even though you need to beat the Fire Giant in order to get access to Crumbling for Missoula. Black Knight Tish would have been a go on too. Sorceries and incantations, yeah. What was he saying? That's what I want to know. Ah, I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring to become Elden Lord, of course. like, you didn't need to be the all-knowing to know that. Like, he's been helping me on my quest the entire time up to this point. But it's a state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has high hopes for us. So did he turn coat because of Queen Marika? I presume so. Marika. That we continue to struggle unto eternity. I cannot do his voice at all. Fought well until now. I know in my bones, a tarnished cannot become a lord, not even you. Man cannot kill a god. Joe McGann does the voice.
I think we should try his helmet, because I believe it is quite cool looking. Let's see, what does it say? Not that heavy, that's nice. Helm set with countless eyes and ears. Oh, I see. Knowledge begins with recognition of one's ignorance. Actually, somewhat partially true in real life as well. The realization, is it wholly true? I'd say it's certainly true in real life, just on some level and to some extent. Like philosophers have said this too. It begins with, let me see if I can phrase this correctly. Presumption of ignorance. And I was reading a book recently, was it Sapiens? It might have been Sapiens. I believe it was Sapiens, where it's like most major developments that have been made in the past like 200, 300 years have been from the place of presumed ignorance. People didn't figure things out by saying, we know how to do it already. It's when we question the existing knowledge that we made advancements. So when people said, is the world really flat or is it round, that we started to change our understanding of the world itself. Or by recognizing and understanding that our understanding itself does in fact change, do we open our minds to the world around us as well as the possibilities. And yeah, sorry if I'm misattributing that. If it's not Sapiens, I'm sorry. I'm just pretty sure it is Sapiens. It said that. I'm trying to remember what I've read. My memory's not that great sometimes. The realization that the search for knowledge is unending. But when Gideon glimpsed into the will of Queen America, he shuddered in fear. Oh, I see. She's that powerful. At the end that should not be. Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool looking helmet. What does the entire set look like? And can I rock it, more importantly? It's actually worse, right? It's worse than the Knight Cavalry. Yeah, it's worse than the Knight Cavalry. Ooh, lightning storm. I thought that was lightning outside. I saw a flash and I'm like, what is that? I guess it was lightning. Pretty cool looking set, actually. A pretty cool looking set. It's actually inferior to Knight Cavalry, but you know, it is what it is. And I believe it raining now. It's either raining or my roommate's making a lot of noise, one or the other. I guess both are possible. Let's see. Cavalry. Crucible Greaves. I'm just looking at the options here. Royal Knights. Oil Remains. I think upgrading the gloves is the most sensible. All-Knowing is inferior in every way to the Radons defensively, as are most of the alternatives. They're lighter, but they're not as good. Lightning. Thunder and lightning.
I like the rain. Come under me. Yeah, sometimes the lightning can be frightening, especially if you're outside. If you're like walking around outside, yeah, it's somewhat frightening. Because you're concerned about getting hit with lightning. As I understand it, it's quite rare, even in a lightning storm, to be struck with lightning. But I believe it is mostly lethal. I think it's very rare to survive lightning strike. Very first Lord to branch the Elden Ring once more. I believe that's the sound of rain I'm hearing. As well as thunder and lightning, of course. Oh, what is this? Can I interact with it? Why have so many people died here? Did they jump off? How did you guys die? Okay. Turning off. Yeah, it is a cool helmet. It does remind me of the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. Is there an item over there? I have to ask the question, because there are frequently things off the beaten path in this game. Should get a refill, I think. And we're actually pretty close to me wrapping up the episode as well. Let's see what the time is.
I think I said 9:30, so
Yeah, got about 10 minutes left in today's episode. Pretty fruitful episode. Like, we beat Gideon, we beat the Blackblade Kindred that was down there. Upgrade Olga, and we got to see her in action. She's actually quite good. As we predicted, she's
very resilient. She's got excellent range. She is very versatile. She can shoot her bow. She can pull out her sword and shield.
And I would say she's comparable to Kristoff. She might not be as resilient as Kristoff, but again, I do believe she makes up for that with range, with her bow. There is something there, I just don't know how to bring it down. That's gonna drive me nuts now. Oh, I get that. Falling... I actually don't know. It's blue. Could be a rune arc, could be something else like that. Okay, you can walk on the roof. Do I want to and need to, though?
What is necessary? Givers. Aha, new touch of grace. Excellent, excellent. There is no... what you call it? Gwendolyn. This time, sadly. I think we should cash in her tree heal. Let me use the bathroom real quick. And I'm wondering if you guys can hear the lightning. Wow. How should we spend our level? Should we spend it on strength? Should we spend it on vitality or vigor? Endurance? We can level up one time exactly. Endurance might be good. I think I'm gonna go vigor again though. I'll go vigor until 45 and then I'll change gears and I'll start pumping endurance. Yeah, pretty cool helmet though. I just wish we had different gloves because these gloves are not that cool. They're just the best ones we have given the weight. Lionels are just slightly too heavy, but I think even Lionels can look better.
Granted. Malformed also look better, I believe. I'm seeing flashes. It's just use Malformed for Fashion Soul's sake. And this might be a good stopping point. And I have to wonder, like, we definitely need to go up there and challenge that boss. Did I do it in today's episode or in the next? Yeah, let me try it. We know it's close, so it's gonna help. Should we try Olga again? And she performed pretty well, right? She did quite well in her first boss fight as a +10. I predict and anticipate. Yeah, I can summon Nepheli Lu for this boss fight. So as well. I think I'm gonna summon Olga again. Because she's on a roll. She's performing very well. Alright, Nepheli Lu, let's see what you can do. Okay, cutscene. Even Gideon didn't get a cutscene.
It's been a long while, Morgoth.
I like the animal, what's it called, like imagery in this game? Symbolism?
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
We're getting close to the end of the game, y'all. 56 episodes in.
Alas, I am returned.
Godfrey? He was pretty much a pushover last time we faced him. He was pretty simple.
To be granted audience once more. Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Alright, that's quite the title. No one will take it from me, not even me. Now, I'm summoning! Come on! I predict he's gonna take a bunch of damage. Actually, he's pretty resilient. attack instead. Okay, we wanted to attack. I missed the, okay. Again, we're just not gonna move. Even with us not dealing that much damage to him, we're still finding it quite easy.
That will be all. Thou didst me good service, Siraj.
A lot of good lore. Oh, you're hurting your lion. It's kind of strange, like, why were we facing against the ghost of Godfrey before, you know? Like, is this in a different timeline, or where was Godfrey with the original Langdale? The actual Godfrey. It seems like we went back in time with the burning of the Erd Tree. You know,
I've given thee courtesy enough.
you can confirm or deny that. But yeah, compare this to Millennium, like it's night and day. Night and day.
Now I fight as Horalu.
What does that mean?
Warrior!
Okay. Oh, he's going wrestler on me. Okay, yeah, jump in anytime, guys. Oh boy. Please don't throw me down. Yeah, I'm taking the boss, no big deal. What? The question I have is, who is Horalu? And what is his relationship to the fellow group? But yeah, even this is like extremely easy compared to like it's not even close. He's almost dead. He's doing heavy damage to us. Olga is like completely unfazed. Like he's focusing me down. Yeah, attacking me. Before I die. Get him! What are you guys doing? Hit the boss! I can't heal because he's on me constantly.
Tarnished.
Good job.
Thy strength. Defensive crown.
Yeah, Olga was the MVP that's on it. Shoot him. Choo. I think that right there showcases Olga's strength. Like, he shouldn't have lived as long as he did. Because Olga has pristine accuracy. Like, I don't know where her shots were at, but he must not have been taking damage, I'm thinking, because her accuracy is like spot on. Nefeli-Lu, yeah, I still don't fully understand the relationship between Horalu and Nefeli-Lu. We were able to summon Nefeli-Lu on this fight, which in turn has some significance to the lore of the game. And Nefeli-Lu is the adopted daughter of Gideon, as I recall. So yeah, there's definitely some like rich lore in this area. Yeah, Godfrey, why do we face the ghost of Godfrey before? Like, usually you'd expect it to be the other way around. Like, usually you'd expect it to be, you fight Godfrey, you take him out, and then you fight his ghost, similar to, like, World of Warcraft with Kael'thas Sunstrider. But yeah, that was the actual Godfrey that would just be, in his reincarnation as the warrior Horalu. And yeah, compare that, and it is true we are a higher level now technically, but even still, compare that boss fight to Millennia. Even with the sun, it's like night and day. Like, if it was Millennia, we'd probably still be fighting her. Yeah, I do believe that she will be the toughest boss in the game. Melania. Again, her lifesteal is just bonkers. And her waterfowl dance is also bonkers. And this guy did not have anything close to that. Like, he didn't really deal that much damage. He did kind of have me on the ropes there for a little bit because he was locked on to me. Like, I could not get him off. I couldn't heal. I thought I was actually going to die there for a second because I kept trying to get away and heal, as you could tell, and he just kept focusing on me, focusing. Which is actually pretty strange since Nefeli, Lu, and Olga were still up. Which causes me to question a bit the aggro potential of Olga. I think she's somewhat similar to Kristoff in the sense that she is not as good at holding threats. Like, Kristoff, I think, is not actually bad at holding aggro. Like, I think he's pretty good at it, if and when he does strike. He's good at taking damage as well. I think Olga is too. She was much better at holding aggro in the Gideon fight in this episode, as we saw. I don't know why that was the case. Like, she was attacking Hoarah the entire time. It was like she was attacking Godfrey and Hoarah the entire time, but she only took like 10 to 20% of her life in damage. All covered in blood from the fight. I do think that is a nice touch. Like, he gives you an indication of battle damage. It'll go away, of course, when I rest at the side of Grace, but it is cool. Bit gory, but I believe it is a mature game. Okay, so I think we came from back that way. I believe to advance, we go through there. I think I should get the Elden Lord armor from Godfrey. I definitely think we have the ruins. 285. I think this is where we're going to wrap up today's episode. Let's see, we got it right. Elden Throne. Yeah, Elden Throne, we got it. Queen Bedchamber is the area where we fought Gideon. Wait, no, it's not. Retreat Sanctuary is where we fought Gideon. Queen Bedchamber is where Gwendolyn would have been, but she's not in this game, sadly. What a sight was she to behold. I believe that's Queen Marika, and I believe she's going to be further in the actual Erd Tree. I believe we're encroaching on the end of the game. Like, we're extremely close to the end of the game, pretty sure. We beat the first Elden Lord, dude, in today's episode. And when that is the case, you know you're getting close to the end of the game. It's gonna be May now. Reference to Justin Timberlake, because it is actually May Day today. AKA NSYNC Day. But yeah, I would say Melania, even between Gideon and Hoarah, I think Melania is still the toughest boss in the game. Let's see, what can we get? We can get the Axe of Godfrey and the Ash of War Hoarah's Earthshaker. Grants affinities and skills to an armament. I think I'm going to get this. It has strength scaling and dex scaling. How many runes do I get from cashing it in? I don't know, actually. It is a strength weapon, though.
which just makes me want to get it. 42 strength to wield it. Weapon of Godfrey, Elden Lord. It was broken in a battle fought as a leader of the Tarnished during the Long March. This weapon is symbolic of Godfrey's vow to conduct himself as a lord, later becoming an emblem of the Golden Lineage. In the days of the past, a crown was warranted with strength. And we have strength to spare. There's a lot of lore. Leader of the Tarnished during the Long March. Like, what was a Long March? What timeline even were we fighting in? Like, why were we fighting the... what you call it? I think I'm going to take the Axe of Godfrey. Yeah, I'm going to take the Axe of Godfrey. I'm going to go ahead and buff it too, since I have so many Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones. Elden Lord Armor. I think I'm going to go ahead and get it. Just buy it all. Crown of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. I like how it gives you his hair too. The age of the Earth Tree began amongst conflict when Godfrey was lord of the battlefield. He led the war against the giants. So again, really good lore here. Faced the Stormlord alone, and then there came a nameless king. When his last worthy enemy fell. And it was then, as the story is told, that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. Yeah, I think we should buy the full set. We definitely have the runes for it. We could also get the veteran's armor. Yeah, let's get it. Why not? The entire Elden Lord set. I don't think it's very good looking of a set, but you know, it is what it is. Let's start filling some of this in. The prior set. Looks painful, right? It looks painful to wear. I should also get this. Because why not? Why not? I just want to meet someone. Because it'll be so easy to forget the girls that have done me wrong, you know? Like, none of that would matter at all. When I find her, none of it's gonna matter. All gonna be water under the bridge, as they say. Hopefully she's gonna give me love that's gonna make this life worthwhile, you know? Erase the sins and tragedies of the past. Help me to forget the painful to my past. The relationships that just didn't work out, you know. But anyways, all right, where are we? The axe, right? So the Star Scourge required 38 strength. Interestingly, very interesting. And what's interesting about the axe of Godfrey is that it's not really ever mentioned in the best strength weapons, which is a bit ironic. We can use it without changing our stats. I'd say we should just do the Axe of Godfrey. I think it's cool. From a lore perspective and a game perspective. It may not have a special effect, but it does. Okay, I think we're good on it. It is lighter than Star Scourge, one. It is the signature weapon of one of the coolest bosses in the game, the first Elden Lord Godfrey. And, you know, it's a giant axe, and it doesn't weigh as much as this Star Scourge does. On top of all of that, we have plenty of runes, and we've additionally got plenty of smithing stones. So, and it's a strength weapon, so there's no reason to not upgrade it. Wait, where is it? Where are you? Okay, interesting. You can also boost this Dragon Great Claw. Jesus Wheel, high dex requirement. We can actually rock the Axe of Godfrey. Let's see how much damage it does. Fully upgraded. It is going to be a little bit disappointing if it doesn't do as much damage as the Redons. 404 plus 319 at our current stats. I think the Star Scourge is still more damage, sadly. 404 plus 319. 723, yeah. Does seem like it is the case. You would only use that for the weight advantage. I don't know, you can use it for role-playing value, you know. I'm pretty sure this thing just blows it out of the water, thanks to its magic damage. 316 plus 271. 587 plus 203 plus 24. 814. So yeah, Star Scourge is more damage. Is actually more damage. Well, at least now we know. And at least we could say we got the Axe of Godfrey to plus 10. It is a cool axe. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I see.
Dude, why is Rodriguez so sad all the time? Cheer up, Buttercup, like it's not that bad. I kind of think we should do the crystalline because I think the crystalline is so dang. What's the word? Maybe the demi-humans. Maybe the wandering nobles. I don't think about it. Think about it. I'm upgrading a lot of stuff and it's preventing me from leveling. I mean, it's great because I'm getting a lot of stuff. Like these, for example. Or is it? Right by Millennia's, coincidentally. So that is the Elden Lord set with the Axe of Godfrey. I think I much prefer sets that I was already using. Not cavalry. Not cavalry. Scourge. Stats were just made so good. Like, how could you not use the Star Scourge? How could you not use it? What might make sense to do is to fully upgrade the Giant Crusher, because I've talk on the street is that it's a pretty great strength weapon, and I think it outpaces the Ruins in damage. Like, I think it actually does more damage, the Ruins, once it's fully upgraded. Sorry, not the Ruins, the Giant Crusher. I believe the Giant Crusher does more damage than the Ruins when it's fully upgraded for strength builds. I do like using the boss weapons, though. They're just so simple and easy to use and upgrade. Like, plus 10, you're already maxed out on it. It's got S scaling in strength. Seems like a good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we got to see Olga in today's episode. She performs pretty well. Like she does not disappoint. She's very resilient. She's a good overall package. She can take hits. She can deal good damage. She's got excellent range. I think she's got the best range of any Ashe that we use. Like I think she's got better range than Kristoff, better range than Tish, and even the bomb throwing Great Shield soldiers. I think she can outrange all of them with her bow. So that is the main motivator that we had for upgrading her over Rollo, because Rollo is quite strong. He does a lot of damage, but that role was kind of already filled with Tish, right? Like Tish is already our damage dealer. And I think Tish is more evasive than Rollo. Rollo has good health, but not as high as Kristoff. Yeah, I think between Kristoff and Tish, they already do what Rollo does and better. The only reason I would go with Rollo is if I was like a bleed build. I definitely think Rollo makes sense for bleed builds, because he does cause bleed. But other than, I'm not rocking bleed builds, so I think Olga is the right choice, because she does something that I think the team really needed, which is to hit things at a distance, which we did not have. Kristoff somewhat filled that role with his lightning bolts, but I don't think the lightning reaches quite the distance that Olga's arrows can. I think her arrows can reach a greater distance and has greater range than even Kristoff's lightning bolts. So I think she's an excellent addition to the team. Not only that, but again, she can deal damage and she can take damage. So she's a very versatile Ashe. I agree with any and all lists that put Olga high on the tier list, like S tier, A tier. I do think she's S tier because she's very tanky. She's extremely versatile. She can deal damage, and not only that, she has great range. Excellent range thanks to her bow. So give her a shot. As we've seen in this episode, at plus 10, she is a force to be reckoned with. She made quick work of Godfrey and Gideon on the first attempt, mind you. Those were the first attempts we had, and we got both of them down first attempt, which I think speaks volumes to her efficiency and efficacy. She is a good Ashe, straight up. She's a great Ashe. I would even put her. I would compare her to Kristoff. She's just great. I'd compare her to Tish. Like, I think Tish and Kristoff feel slightly different roles. Like, Kristoff, I think, is a little bit tankier for those fights when you need a little bit more survivability from your Ashe. Tish, I think, does more damage and has that special ability that reduces the life total, which Olga does not have. However, Olga makes up for that by having increased range. You know, and sometimes you're just going to need greater range, and for all those circumstances, you have Olga, and she can survive pretty well. She's a pretty good off-tank. She's a pretty good support Ashe. And yeah, I just love the Ashes in general. I like all the Ashes. I like the Mausoleums, I like the Mimic, I like Kristoff. I think they do add to the game, and yeah, I do wish that the Ashes were included in the previous Dark Souls, and I hope that any Souls games, any Souls likes in the future include the use of Ashes, because I do like summons. They add a lot to the Final Fantasies. They added a lot to the Golden Sun games. And yeah, this game as well. I do like how they play out. I was gonna say Fable as well. Like in Fable, you had the option of summoning and changing the mind of the guards. I don't think you have that ability in this game. But the point I'm making is the Ashes are cool, and I do like having them in the game. I like making use of them, and I'll be using the Ashes that I have for the remainder of this playthrough. Kristoff, Tish, Mimic, Olga, Great Shield Soldiers, Mausoleums, and the Skeletal Militias. I'm probably going to use less often. For those times when I need a lot of guys, I'm probably going to do Mausoleums or Great Shield Soldiers. For those times when I need a beater, I'm going to choose Olga, Kristoff, or Tish. Maybe Mimic. And for those times I want to need tanks, I'm going to choose Olga, Kristoff, and again, maybe Mimic. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I do not regret Olga one bit. Sometimes I do regret the +10 on the Skeletal Militia, but I do not regret any other Ashes that have +10. And yeah, I would say not even Mimic at this point. Like, I do think Mimic is a good +10. And Olga is vindicated. She is realized. +10, again, I'd say try it on Olga. As you've seen in today's episode, you will not regret it. She is capable as an Ash. She is proficient. I don't regret any other Ash. I don't regret Kristoff, Tish. I think they're all good +10s. The Mausoleums and the Great Shield Soldiers as well, I think, were good +10s to do. If there are two I actually regret, it would be the Militia Men and maybe the Mimic. But I think, again, we've reached a point in the game where my stats are high enough where I think Mimic is justified as a +10. I think so. And yeah, Olga, as far as I'm concerned, has proven herself as being an actual legendary Ash in Remain. And I think, I do think she's S tier. I think she's better than a lot of them. I definitely think she's better than Latenna, the Albinarch. I think she's better than Finley, Cleanrot Knight Finley. I definitely think she's better than Oleg and his brother Ingval, because her range just puts her at a whole nother level. And the fact that she doesn't just have range, but she also can take a hit, again, I think just puts her firmly in the S tier. I do think so. She's just so gosh darn good and versatile, like, as we've seen in today's episode. Like, after watching today's episode, you can't tell me that she's not a good Ash. Sorry if I said that wrong. Good Ash. Because she fills so many roles. So, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and have a nice night.